Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Edem with the Global Abundance LLC, back with another video. Welcome if you're new to the channel. If you are already part of the family, thanks for stopping by and checking back in. On this channel, we talk all things real estate, residential, and commercial, and we dig deep. So, welcome, and we have a free VIP group as well, where a group of investors and like-minded individuals like yourself dig deep into all aspects of real estate and answer the questions and swap ideas, what's working, and just learn and grow as a community together. So I'll leave a link below in the description for that if you want to join, and let's get into it. So this video is going to be about selling a house with code violations. If you happen to have a property right now that has a lot of code violations and needs a lot of work, uh, this video is for you. So let's kind of get into it. Okay, so you own an old and rundown house with code violations that you want to get rid of, right? So just because the house needs some work doesn't mean that you should feel stuck with it any longer than you need to. And you just need to know that you can sell your house and get a good price for it. Um, if your property is in need of, it got like a lot of rehab that needs to be done on the property, you know, uh, that could be a problem. It could be difficult to sell. So one thing to just keep in mind is your potential buyers naturally is going to be your pool of buyers is going to be a lot smaller. So finding the right buyer can take longer than a house that's move-in ready and just ready to go. But just because your house needs some work that you don't want to take care of doesn't mean that the house should have to sit there and or just sit still, or you have to sacrifice on price just to feel like you're giving the house away. All right, so I'm just gonna give you a few tips here on some things that could help you if that's your situation. First thing is getting the right estimating your repair costs correctly. If your house needs a lot of work, you're gonna want to do some estimates so you know what you're working with before selling your property. All right, so question, do you have an idea of how much it'll cost to make the house livable for your potential buyers? If you don't know these numbers, it'll be impossible basically to price your house correctly for sale or negotiate it when it comes to selling with code violations. So, if you want to do the estimations yourself, make sure you hire a good contractor to help you determine the true cost of your code violations. And make sure you do your research on at least 3 contractors before hiring one so you don't make mistakes. So the next thing is looking for the right type of buyers, right? Not everyone is in the market for a property with a lot of rehab work, especially when there's code violations. So finding the right buyers can take some time. So just be mindful of that, especially when you choose to list your property, with a real estate agent on MLS. But realistically, trying to sell a house with code violations, your best bet is going to be to work with a real estate investor or directly with a buyer. So the next thing is basically, pricing your house to sell. Understand if you're selling a house with code violations to a traditional buyer, it's definitely going to need to be priced to sell. And in most cases, if the property, has real major problems, most lenders won't finance a loan on the property. So you'll have to accept cash offers only. So before you list the property or begin the process of selling it on your own, you know, maybe find out what we can offer you or another reputable buyer out there. Uh, that's going to be more than likely your best bet in this situation with major problems, rehab and uh, code violations. You know, uh, the next thing is you you can fix the smaller things. Okay, even if your house has a lot of major code violations, that you aren't able to fix, taking the time to fix the smaller things can have a big impact on, your property's perceived value. So you can fix holes in the wall, chip paint, uh, cracked tiles, and to kind of instantly make the house look more presentable. Another thing is having the house cleaned. Okay, now that might not sound that might sound kind of strange, having the house cleaned if there's code violations throughout the property, but if you do it, you'll make the property more appealing to those new potential buyers. A filthy house is going to give the property a horrible first impression. So hire a professional cleaning company to make sure the house looks up to par. Again, you don't get a second chance at a first impression, and having a cleaning crew come in and get your property right can be, the one thing that help push it to closing. And next, highlight the good things about the property. You'd be surprised by what some order and a fresh coat of paint can do for a property. You're not trying to hide anything, because you're still going to disclose everything that's going on with the house. But by putting your best foot forward, you can help people see the potential in the property. Uh, I already suggested getting a professional cleaning company, but also get someone to stage the property, uh, and a professional photographer to help make sure the property is being seen in its best light. You can also offer floor plans to help your potential buyer imagine what the property could be with a little work. Now, that'll help your buyer get a better idea of what's needed to make the home what they want it to be. All right, so should you sell your house directly, right, to a cash buyer? By keeping your house off of the MLS, you won't have to deal with anything we previously talked about, like showings, marketing, staging, or the continued upkeep. Uh, you won't have to wait around not knowing when your house is going to sell or what type of offers you'll get. You won't have to pay agent commissions, fees, or closing costs. And selling directly to a cash buyer can be simple and can help sell your house fast without any more aggravation, no matter what condition of the property. So the point is, a traditional buyer can come along for sure, but you know, there's gonna be all of the usual red tape, and uh, the pool of buyers will be slim. So your best bet is to just go with the wholesaler or work directly with a fix and flip investor in the area. All right, so closing up, I touched up on a few points that could help you if you have a property to sell with code violations. In cases like that, it's going to be, again, in your best interest to sell a property as is to a local investor. But everything I talked about on this video should give you a better chance to sell that type of property. All right, so I hope you found some value in this. If you have any questions or any comments, or you're currently experiencing this right now, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you immediately. Um, until next time, have a good one and happy investing.